patio.
Hello.
Call from.
Oops.
Graham.
I forgot how this works. Hello.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
How's it going?
This is the first moment of this podcast.
That's really powerful.
I know. It's like one giant step for whatever.
Are you on your bulletproof coffee?
No, I'm not. I haven't done it. I listened. I looked at the recipe, and I was just like, I don't want to drink collagen and ghee right now, and also I don't want to have to put my coffee in a blender. It's hard enough to make coffee in the morning.
I have been in that mindset for the past 3 years since I learned what bulletproof coffee is.
Yeah.
Where I'm like one step away from making it, but I know I'm just never going to do it.
Yeah. And then one time my friend made it for me, and I was like, ugh. But maybe,
what does it taste like? I've never even had it.
It just tastes like you're drinking butter on your coffee. But the thing is,
Ew,
maybe
disgusting.
he didn't put it in a blender.
Just shook it up?
You're supposed to blend it.
Yeah, no, that's disturbing to me that you would get an unblended one.
Anyway, well, do you have any interior design tips or anything, or snacks?
I've got both. So interior design tips, what are we talking about? What's the space?
A home. And an entire home.
Okay, great. So honestly, I feel like mid-century modern is very in. I feel like plant.
Listen, I don't usually like mid-century, but that is the case. This is mid-century.
It's also very California.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This girl just tweeted to me and was like, pick 2 neutrals and 1 color to pop and use that for accents around the room. I'm like, I hate how every house in LA has that philosophy. It's like, why are we treating color like it's like whiskey in the Great Depression or something? It's like, can I just have more color? It's like trying to get blush on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. No, season 1 I had to beg for blush. I was like, oh, could I please have a little more blush? Oh, please, a little more blush, just a little more blush. And they'd be like, they'd tap the brush in it and then tap all the color off the brush and then be like, here you go. I'm like, I can tell.
Nice brush.
There's no color on that brush.
Do you feel like you've won that fighting?
Well, now, yeah. I sort of. We've, some things have changed, but maybe I overdo it, you know? We don't know.
Yeah.
It's a tricky environment. Really overhead fluorescent lights. Ladies, are you listening? Overhead fluorescent lights on our set. If you can imagine. It's a goddamn nightmare.
Sounds like a nightmare to me, and I am not a lady.
Anyway, so what were you going to say, though, for your mid-century advice?
Oh, I guess I was just sort of, checking in on whether you like that style. I have been yearning to make the plunge myself into the MCM, mid-century modern, and I haven't done it yet, so I was kind of hoping you would give me advice, which I guess is really needy of me.
Don't you have to make that plunge architecturally? Like, you can't just, like, get an old house.
Right, I don't have the space for that plunge, so.
But I like old houses. Like, I grew up in an old house, so, like, the mid-century thing, it's like, I really have to wrap my head around it. I always liked, like, details and character.
Yeah. Crown molding.
Yeah.
I don't love a lot of glass in a house.
I know. And think about it in an earthquake. I mean, we're all doomed.
I mean,
honestly, at this point,
I know how you feel about San Andreas fault line.
I feel terrible. I saw the movie.
I know.
I educated myself.
You educated me. I didn't even have to watch it.
The way The Rock recreated that scenario, I learned so much. San Andreas taught me that my daddy could save me.
It's really powerful.
Yeah. If my dad lived in this city,
Can I pitch? You had said snack.
yes.
This is not a food test per se.
Okay.
Are you repulsed by the idea of shaved cucumber on a hot summer day with a little salt and olive oil?
Well, no, I'm not repulsed, but I'm curious, why are you taking away the crunch factor? Like, cucumber, the reason I love a cucumber salad is the crunch. Shave it, and then now you've got a mulchy mess of...
I got some cucumbers from Chinatown in New York, and they did not have the crunchability I was looking for.
Weird.
And I tried
Already
making,
weird. Why not?
I mean, I agree.
Were they
had
old?
Lots of seeds in them. No, they seemed fresh. I mean, I didn't ask the woman when she had gotten them, but I maybe should have.
Maybe it's the kind you're supposed to cook.
I mean, all of this would have been things I should have asked her, I think.
Right.
But I was really just hankering for those cukes, so I grabbed them and ran. But it's been really hot in New York, and so I've been doing a little shaved cuke, and I do miss the crunch. I miss the crunch.
You know what you should have done is made cucumber water.
I did that too, because when I shaved it, there was so much juice that I didn't want the salad I was making be too juicy, so I poured it in my water.
Okay. I think that where I am is haunted, and I've been hearing some bumps and bangs. Some doors were on, some lights were on, and I'm just having a momentary freak out because I heard a couple thumps. But I'm sure it's great. Cucumber talk is still at the forefront of my fight or flight system.
Right.
You know, New York City in the summer. A hot New York City night. I love it.
I hate it.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I don't like walking around in the heat of the day per se, but
which
a
is what I'm doing
nice
right now, which is why I hate it.
warm night in Soho. Your feet hitting the cobblestones. Window shopping with no one in your way.
How is the temp in LA right now?
Don't do it.
And
Dustin, don't open that door. Don't open that door.
Okay.
Because we're going to die.
Pregnancy-related questions off the table?
It's you won't know until you ask it. Dustin's about to get killed.
Okay, it's not a gross one. It's just, are you more affected by the temperature in your current state, or
yes,
is it the same as it always was? That's what I figured.
And that's why I've avoided New York like the plague, because I feel like being in your third trimester in New York in the summer must just be hell on earth. Because first of all, here's the thing. When I lived in New York, I always had roommates. I always had 6th floor walk-ups. And I had to take like 3 showers a day in the summer. Yeah, I can't even imagine when you're pregnant. And plus you walk so much, like your feet would swell. I mean, it just seems like being preggo in New York would be horrible.
Well, and also, like when pregnant women get on the subway and people don't give them their seats, I just feel like that's
insane.
A huge fuck you, and it's insane.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I was at Earth Cafe here in Los Angeles, and this dad was like looking at me. He saw I was pregnant. He was trying to tell his teenage daughter, his bitch-ass teenage daughter, let's let her go in front of us. And she's like, Dad, no, the guy is answering a question for me, and he's coming back. And I'm like, you little bitch. I was like,
teen said that?
Yeah, she would not give right of way. Like, the dad tried like 3 times. P.S. He didn't enforce anything with her. I was like, way to lay down the law on being a good person. But basically, she just was like a little asshole and like kept standing there. And then oh yeah, that's what it was like. She was like a young teenager. She had like an Ariana Grande look to her, like tons of makeup and like.
Right.
I was just like, God, I just like, I hate to say it, but I wish pregnancy on you ASAP.
Yeah.
Teenager or no?
That would just to make it happen.
Current state of healthcare or no?
It's always my nightmare when people's immediate reactions aren't just to move out of the way or like, let the person that needs to be served. I feel like I'm always, like, looking behind me to make sure I'm not blocking someone and, like, apologizing when I do step in front of somebody. And basically that girl is my nemesis.
Yeah. I apologize when I'm alone in the house.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm taking up too much space.
Objects.
I'm taking up too much space.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, my dog's at the groomer and I literally almost cried saying goodbye to him.
What type of style does he usually go for?
You know, he doesn't have like curly face fur, so it seems like his options are a little limited. Because his hair goes straight around his face. It looks like he has a little bob like George Washington or something.
Right. I feel like I love that. I feel like that would
cute.
be a good Halloween costume for him.
It's cute, but he can't have like that teddy bear cut, the classic teddy bear cut that every girl wants for her dog.
Definitely not.
But it's grown on me.
Do they throw a bandana on him when he's done?
No, I hate bandanas on people and dogs. I
don't mind them on people.
No. I hate when a grown person ties a bandana around their neck like a little dog. Like, it makes me crazy. Basically, bandanas and fedoras make me crazy. I feel like I don't have, like... I don't think I have any close friends that would ever wear those adornments.
Oh, my God. If somebody I knew walked in a fedora, the relationship would be over. No matter what stage we were at. It could be a parent.
Now, did you listen to Rain's Coming In, my last podcast release?
Chelsea, I do not want to come off the wrong way, but me and my friends have not stopped talking about it. I
almost hung up on you.
Oh, if you thought I was going to say I hated it. It was so
I thought
unbearable.
you were going to say you didn't listen to it, and then I was like, this would be a perfect out.
Oh, my God, Chelsea, please, come on. Do you know who you're talking to? You know.
I forget.
Me and my roommate, whenever there's, like, a lull in something we said, we just go, Rain's coming in. And the casting was perfect.
Thank you.
And I've been to way too many of the real versions of that.
Oh, my God, me too. And truthfully, I love the real version. Like, I loved
same.
every play in that genre that I saw my entire life, but it's still so funny that it's such a genre.
But you nailed it perfectly.
Thank you. I don't want it to be like Trump's meeting where he had everyone tell me.
I was literally just thinking that. Did you see Chuck Schumer's remake?
His mockery of it? No, I saw the link, but I didn't click it.
I loved it. It was great.
I gotta watch it.
Because you started cracking up at the end. So.
It's so weird.
No,
but those guys like surrounding him in suits and acting like such fucking little wusses. Like they should be wearing baby onesies. Like how dare you defame a power suit?
Or I feel like they should be wearing like lederhosen, like they're like the children in the Sound of Music, like Daddy. You know?
I'm trying to get on board, but I feel like I don't even know if I've ever seen The Sound of Music.
It's okay. You're a professional. I like the idea better.
Is that a podcast? Just kidding.
Huh? Sound of Music? Yeah.
Just kidding. Listen, Chauncey.
Hey?
Is your name Chauncey?
It's Graham, but I feel like that's really close.
Graham. What should I name my child? Boy and girl names. Go.
Do you like gender neutral or do you like just a name?
Baby X.
I mean, Baby X is great. I feel like you could also do one of my favorite things, which is mixing you and the child's father's name.
That's crazy. Who's ever done that?
I know a girl whose name was Latrice, and her father's name was Patrice, and I don't remember her mother's name. But that's a great name, Latrice. That's like such a good...
Yeah, that is. But, you know, it's like Jorsey. I don't know.
Jordan or Chelsea.
That's horrible.
I like jealousy.
Jealousy.
Like
how about jealousy?
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, this has been a wonderful call. Really strong start. Really strong start. Wait,
I'm glad it started out strong.
I was like, did you have a snack? And then I remembered it was mushy shaved cucumber.
a little bit of a letdown. I'm sorry about that.
Well, it's interesting nonetheless.
Great.
Okay, well, have a great hot summer.
Thanks, Chelsea. Have a great baby.
Bye, Graham.
Bye, Chelsea.
Have a great baby.
Call from.
Hello?
Hi. Sorry, I was really surprised.
You just sounded like you're on a professional call. That's what was funny. It's like, you do know you're calling a completely aimless podcast, right? Hi. There's no job interview.
Well, it's because I'm at work and I got to pretend that I'm doing some stuff professionally.
Do some fake work jabber.
Yes, ma'am. I am definitely listening to everything you're saying. Your call is so important to me. La, la, la.
Do you get a lot of complaints?
I ran outside. No, I just had to deal with one person, though, who was a nightmare, so I'm in that mindset.
Do you let people speak to your manager?
No, why, like, I'm supposed to direct them to everything just to email me so I can talk to her myself. So it's really great to, like, be like, no, you can't speak to her. You have to just email me. And some people won't take that as an answer, which is always
of course not.
Great.
That's so annoying. I'd be so annoyed. I'm like, can I speak to your manager?
Yeah.
You're like, I can give you my email. I'm like, I'm talking to you right now. This is a downgrade.
Yeah, if I work at a homeowners association, so like everything is like very strict and like by the book, and you have to follow all these procedures here. So,
and do you have any tips on owning a home?
It's not my first career choice, nor do I have a degree in anything related to it. So nope, I live in a really cheap apartment like everyone else. So yeah, terribly exciting stuff.
Do you gussy it up and decorate it, or are you just like, fuck it, I'll do it later when I have money?
I mean, my roommates like make like triple what I do basically, so they've been buying everything.
So they can splash
really have,
out.
like, a sense of style.
They buy you champagne.
Yeah, they don't have like. I wish. I still have to buy my own alcohol. I think if I cut back on it, maybe I could afford nice decorations versus like pictures that people have given me.
When I had apartments, I never really put any thought into how they looked. It always just felt like, who gives a shit? I'm leaving. I don't know. Like New York, I literally had like loft beds. I had 8x10 rooms like all the time, and like loft beds, and just.
Oh my God.
So it was just pure organizational. You had no luxury of like what would look nice. What are you walking on a patch of gravel? Are we doing like a radio play where like
I'm so sorry.
a stranger approaches the house?
The outside of my office is gravel, and I'm like trying to walk far away where like
so I gather
no one can see me randomly be on my phone. Yeah, our apartment is like big, but it's like the sketchiest place on the planet. Like we walked in the other day and there was just like 3 plungers in front of our neighbor's apartment. And there's always, like, a bunch of drugs, and it's great. But it's hard to live outside of D.C., like, in anywhere that's decent for under, like, $1,300 a month. So.
Yeah, everywhere is so expensive.
Yeah, D.C. is a nightmare. Oh, I Googled the figs thing. I don't know if anyone's talked to you about this. Apparently, they're late June until early September is when figs are in season.
Well, someone told me early June, and then all these people were talking about the wasp thing, where it's like...
I don't know that.
I've been craving fresh figs. The guy at the store told me they'd be in June. They haven't come in yet. Then all these people are talking about wasps, which my nephews did tell me, like, they don't eat dried figs because wasps go in there and die or something. But I don't think.
Oh my God.
I think you would see a wasp with the fresh figs. So I feel like, is that only for dried figs? I'm hoping.
Yeah,
but I can't. I mean, I always rip a fig in
before.
half, and then I look at the juicy pink innards, and then I'm like, you know what I'm talking about, girl.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah, I'm not like super into figs, so I mostly knew them through the Fig Newton.
have you had a
which
fresh
is 90%
fig?
of what I ate as a child.
Have you had
I mean, I have
a fresh
at some point in my life, but I'm like
fig?
a weirdly picky eater.
The worst. What is there anything interesting
Yeah.
that you eat?
I don't know. It's more like things that I've recently gotten into eating that are interesting, like things that I, for years, hated. I just started eating cheese, like, recreationally, like, a year ago.
Hold up. Cheese is your
and-
fucking edgy, like, living on the edge food choice? Cheese?
I hated cheese for so long, except if it was, like, in pizza. And then otherwise, I refused to eat it. And now it's, like, the love of my life, and I don't know what I was doing. Also the same with sushi.
What did you eat? Where'd you grow up?
Virginia.
What were you eating? Like bacon and eggs?
Yeah. I mean, just, like, fish sticks for 90% of my childhood. And, I mean, nothing else. I don't know. I didn't really eat a ton. Like, going out to me, it would just be, like, me getting pizza, and that was it. Or, like, a hamburger. Really, really boring stuff. Not to completely change the topic, but do you want to hear about a time I stabbed myself with a fork?
Was it fatal?
Unfortunately, I do feel dead sometimes, but
Sorry, I'm very distracted because once again, none of my tech
You're okay.
side of things is working. Let me call you back. Funny because I don't have her number. But that's a good way to get off the phone. If debt collectors call, you're like, let me call you back. Yeah, these sound effects don't work.
Call from
Nick.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press
Nick,
Chelsea, welcome back.
thank you, man. It feels great to be back.
Good. How's pregnant life?
Oh, it's such a dream.
I bet.
No, I don't know. It's actually not that bad compared to like what I've read some women have. You know, you could have that thing where you puke all day for like 80 times a day for your whole pregnancy. Don't have that. You can have
That's a
sciatica, you know, in the third trimester. Don't have it. Overall, it's been pretty mild for me, but it's still just incredibly inconvenient. I'm
That's
already
good.
like,
I was laughing hysterically at your tweets about it. About people like people having annoying interactions with you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just, well, I'll continue to always be astounded by what counts as polite conversation in society. And it's like those same people that would be like, I don't like her, she's mean, but it's like they're so fucking rude. I just don't, you know, I don't know,
I understand.
So
What else is going on? What you've been gone a while.
I know sometimes you don't want to share, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
You know, you just want to kind of be reclusive, tend to your needs, you're tired. But listen, I put out Rain's Coming In. I felt like that was, you know, one of my better podcasts that I've released, and
The live read? Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Always try to give a little something back, you know?
Yeah. Are you doing stand-up anytime soon?
I've done it a handful of times, but it's honestly just like hard. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
Tired. I don't know how anyone does it. There's a few comedians that were doing sets all the time when they're pregnant. I'm like, oh, you're a better man than I.
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus, if you
what's
look at
going
like
on the show today?
nothing.
Oh, I
I
didn't
mean,
mean
we're
to
talking
cut you
about
off.
interior design, bulletproof coffee, snacks, the apocalypse.
Okay, we have an espresso machine at our office, and I really liked it at first, and I had heard about it, but then I went back to like regular coffee at a restaurant, and I was like, I like this so much better.
Yeah.
It's bitter tasting.
But also, it's like, is it really doing that much? What is the main point to lose weight?
For Nespresso?
Oh, no, sorry. For bulletproof coffee, you're talking about Nespresso. I mean, Nespresso's just like...
Oh, yeah.
I was into Nespresso for the ease of it, and then I started panicking about how the capsules are plastic, and every time you're making it, you're heating up plastic and drinking it. And I've been trying to, I've been trying to drink, water, out of glass more than plastic, too, which is increasingly so hard to do. But... yeah, I don't know. I just started being like, I don't want to heat up plastic pods every time I drink coffee. And I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming they're hopefully BPA free and all that shit. But I just feel like plastic just in general just seems like it fucks everything up.
Yeah, no, it's no good. I just switched to tea. But I didn't think about the plastic or anything, but I didn't like the taste of it.
I have to go. How would you rate the quality of this call? 5 stars. Okay.
Call from
Austin.
Austin?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. It's so good to talk to you.
We'll see.
Well, that's true. I won't make any promises because I usually cannot keep them.
You what?
I usually can't keep my promises, so I'm not going to promise that I'm interesting, but I will try my best for you.
Oh, shit.
I know.
What you snacking on these days, Austin?
Dark chocolate-covered almonds. I've been obsessed.
Okay. Sounds a little heartburny at this present moment, but I did actually eat some yesterday. So
I usually have 3 right before bed. They help me fall right to sleep. And
chocolate helps you fall asleep.
Yeah, dark chocolate. It's good for the heart, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I got disbarred, so.
Why?
Just not knowing anything, I guess, is frowned upon in the science community.
You know, it's like I can't tell if my feet are swollen or if I've gotten corns from these slides I keep jamming my fat feet into. Oh, Austin.
They're very relatable, actually. I have enormous feet, freakishly large feet, but not long. They're that's not a joke. They're super
Thank
wide.
God.
Super duper wide. I have to buy my shoes from a website literally called wideshoes.com.
Oh, that's crazy. So they look like little oars.
They couldn't come up with anything catchy for it even. They're just like, this is the last resort.
Do you watch any survival TV?
No.
Shit, I gotta go. 2 minutes with Austin. That's a call you borderline cut, ladies and gentlemen. No offense, because Austin seems so nice, but
Meredith.
Gotta hit that groove fast, Otherwise, the call's all for naught.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Chelsea.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My phone kind of messes up and hangs up on people, so I was just making sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, we're still here.
Cool. God, it's been a long time
Who gave
since
me
the
that,
last podcast.
Natasha? I'm like, what about this? Anyway, what's up?
I loved Rain's coming in.
Thank you.
It released a couple days before my birthday, so it was like a little birthday present to me.
I was so happy to finally have some content to get out to the people. Sometimes I record a podcast and then I'm trying to listen to it afterwards to think about putting it out. And I'm like, ugh, this just seems like annoying. And then I don't put it out. And then I was like, I called and when is that coming out? And I'm like, I guess never. We'll see.
No, you're never annoying. Post all content.
I don't know, dude. Have you listened to like podcasts that always on a dime come out regularly every week? I feel like most
That's
people.
surprising. Who Charted's good at that?
Well, don't bring up a specific one. Now I have to be like, yes, Who Charted is wonderful.
No.
But I'm talking about
Right,
just
right,
like
right.
the pressure to produce content with podcasts on just a constant basis results in just inane garbage so much of the time that, you know, me being an artiste, you know, I'd rather do it once a year and have it be a big blowout. P.S. How come so many women talk about blowouts in reference to their babies shitting themselves? It's so upsetting. I'm like talking to all these moms now and they're like, yeah, if your baby has a blowout, you can do this or that. I'm like, can we get a new term? Whatever happened to... I don't know. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you for your call. 2 minutes, 41 seconds. I'm overdoing it. I had a dream. I was like somewhere in like, someone's like trying to make me run in a marathon, not a marathon. What do you call that? A relay race. And I'm like, even though I'm pregnant, and they're like, yeah. And I was like running. I was so out of breath and I woke up
Nicole.
so out of breath. And I keep feeling that way. Hello?
Oh my God, this is my first time calling. I mean, my first try. Chelsea, I have a topic. I don't know if it's off limits, but it's
Okay.
kombucha. Is that?
Kombucha?
I have a story that goes with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, like my senior year of high school, there's this place that I went to every day, and they had this new kombucha, and it's like a local brand.
Have you seen The Keepers?
What?
Have you seen The Keepers? We'll get back to it. We'll come back to it. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I live in Portland, so... Okay, so anyway, this kombucha has 4 trillion probiotics, which is like...
Were you like
way
holding for
more than
applause?
anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you play the sound effect?
Well, let me think of the appropriate one to play.
Okay.
Here. Nope. Not working. Oh, just a 20-minute delay. That's always good for timing, comedic timing. Here's the reaction. Okay, let's see how long till it goes. Here's the proper sound effect. Go. All right. We're in business. That's the audience gasping.
Okay.
Okay? Worked like a charm.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay, so this kombucha was like $5, but I bought it anyway. And it was during my lunch break, so I just like sat down and drank this kombucha. And then I started getting like really drunk. But it's not because it had alcohol in it, and I'll tell you why. It's because this is really gross, but I used to have this like yeast infection in my gut. Like have you ever heard of SIBO?
No. But now I'm
It's
getting
like
so
a small
nervous.
intestine. It's a small intestine bacterial overgrowth. I had like a candida yeast infection or whatever. And so when the kombucha got down there, this is my theory after some research. The kombucha killed the yeast, and the yeast had been fermenting food in my gut for like probably years.
Ew.
And so it made alcohol. Therefore, when it killed the yeast, the alcohol got released into my blood system, and I got drunk.
I mean, how drunk are we talking?
Like, it was hard to walk back to school.
And how do you get, what is the condition called? SIBO or something?
Yeah.
How do you get that?
SIBO. I think it's like mostly antibiotics. I think like if you have a history with antibiotics and like bad diet and stuff.
So you had taken a bunch of antibiotics and it caused the yeast to overgrowth?
Yeah, just like throughout my life, I've just taken a lot of antibiotics.
So now, how do you resolve that situation?
Well, probably kombucha, honestly. But just like from what I have figured out, just like improving your diet and probiotics help a lot.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I take probiotics. I take 50 billion something or another in a blue bottle, and who knows? You know, it's all this hippie bullshit. I'll tell you what, I had a bunch of swelling in my pregnancy all of a sudden last week. I don't know if it was the heat or I was like getting ready for my baby shower, so I was on my feet a lot. But it lasted like 5 days, and I was like, oh my God, like, is something wrong? Because my feet were like Goodyear blimps with little fucking pig tails coming off it, like just so swollen. Anyway, this woman in my comments on Instagram wrote this paragraph about how my feet look swollen, where I'm like, great, thanks, asshole. And then she said she tried lymphatic drainage massage. So I was booked for a massage. So I asked the lady, do you do lymphatic drainage? She said yes. She's like, oh yeah, you have tons of water in your body. And she's like mushing up my leg and my this and my arm. She's like, I'm getting like 2 cups out. And I'm like, yeah, right. This hippie shit. But I tell you, after that massage, my feet looked normal and my legs and arms, everything looked normal. It was so crazy. And so now I'm a believer. But there's so much shit like that. Like, there's so much like hippie shit, and then like, I don't know, maybe most of it is true. I was going to say most of it isn't, but I think I don't know, a lot of it does seem to be.
I know, it's hard to believe that stuff too, because it all just seems like so like gentrified and just like.
But listen, weird. I'll tell you what,
I don't know.
When I looked at my feet, I was like, so gentrified. No, they were so flat. I could see my actual feet, and I was like, I now am a believer, and this shit works. Because I thought, oh, this is it. Now for the rest of my pregnancy, I'm just going to have swollen ass feet. And it's like, you know, it's hard. You actually can't fit your shoes on them and stuff, so it's a pain. Anyway, bye. So gentrified. Oh, gosh. What's in the news? The Warriors are not going to go to the White House. I love that. Okay.
Call from
Vivian.
Viv?
Yes?
How do you feel about the Aunt Viv recasting phenomenon?
From what?
The Aunt Viv recasting phenomenon. Forget it. Listen.
I don't know. I don't think I have an opinion.
It's fine. It's fine. What are your favorite snacks, girl? Let's roll out a snack.
Snacks? I love kale chips from your inspiration. And anything unhealthy, honestly. I've been kind of binging on tater tots recently. It's really bad.
Sorry, I was reading a text. Listen, the thing is, how much time have we been doing this? I'm tired.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet it's been a while. It's a long time no hear, though. We're all so happy.
Do you have anything you really want to say before I go take a nap?
Oh, yes. I wanted to ask you how you felt about tattoos. So I know it's probably an old topic, but I'm graduating college like this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Congrats.
I'm kind of thinking, thank you, should I get like a small tattoo to just say like, fuck it.
Where?
And like,
the classic
like
spot is between your eyes.
You think so?
But if it's really small, and then like when you put on glasses, you cover it, so it's like you can hide it easily.
True. But I also think like tattoos like behind your neck or your ear or something are really dumb because then you can never see them.
So where are you doing it?
Probably like slanted on my arm, like on the inside of my arm.
Right. What would it be?
So I can see it. Well,
Your college mascot?
my roommate. What?
Your college mascot?
Yeah, the duck. No, I kind of want it to be a stick and poke because my roommate does them. And
Oh my God! You're gonna get a prison tattoo.
I know.
Don't do it.
What?
This has gone downhill fast. Just because it's like cute to say stick and poke doesn't mean you should do this.
I know, but it'd be funny if I regret it. I don't know. I'm kind of into the idea. And it'd be like a mushroom, which is really dumb too. I know.
Don't
I'm probably
do it.
really embarrassing myself. Okay.
Don't have your roommate do it. If you're gonna do it, get a nice
She's really good.
Tag me in 5 of her tattoos on Instagram.
Okay, I will.
Okay, and then I'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs down vote.
Okay. You know, I will take it to heart too.
But listen, I just think stick and poke raises all my red flags.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You're an adult. Like, I'm barely like 22. I'm still into it.
Excuse me? I am not mature. No, I guess it's over for me. It has been for years. Yeah. All right, thank you. Good luck with that tat. Stick and poke. I think it would be funny to get a stick and poke. Now imagine like in just even 10 years thinking about that sentence and being like, put it in the past tense. I thought it would be funny to get a stick and poke. Also, it's like, don't do it on your arm then. Like, do it somewhere. I don't know. You know, I say this, like, there was a time where people just always thought I would have tattoos and I didn't. Maybe I should have. There is something weird in your later years where you go, fuck, maybe I should do this now. But there's nothing I want.
Call from
Baby.
Hello?
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 Is this Chelsea Peretti?
Yes.
National icon?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I
God.
don't think. Holy shit. I've actually got a bear death story for you. That
What
I tweeted
story?
about, and you favorited it.
Oh, bear story?
Death?
Bear death.
Yeah, like someone
Okay.
died.
All
Yeah.
right. You know, I've been watching Bear Grylls, nature survivalist. Do you know that he took Obama out on an episode into the Alaskan wilderness? And also,
Oh my
like,
God.
I've been watching, I mean, we have been scraping the bottom of the barrel of nature survival shows. There's a show called Tethered, which I'm
Tethered? What's it
ashamed
about?
to say that we've watched, which is literally 2 people get locked together with like a heavy duty thing, and then they throw them into bear country in places.
What the hell?
So this
Holy
one
shit. What the
duo,
hell,
like,
America?
they were like surrounded by 8 bears, and he's like, "There's no way we're running. Like, we're tethered." And it's like, then the show Chiron comes up, tethered. Anyway, it's
my God.
pretty much just what are we doing? I don't know, but.
Yeah.
You know, I've been told to watch really calming things in this final part of pregnancy. Like, it's supposed to be good for your hormones, to be relaxed and stuff.
Yeah.
All I want to watch
Chill
is just
out,
like
yeah.
true crime shit, The Keepers. Like, even Handmaid's Tale, I was like, oh, this will be like a campy, fun show to watch.
my
And I was like
God.
trying to get a gang together to watch it. And then we watched 2
Yeah.
episodes. I'm like, this is like so fucking dark and like heavy. And
Yeah.
yeah, all we're doing is like watching like nature survival shows and like true crime
Yeah.
shit, like Menendez brothers, The Keepers, and it's just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm doing me. I'm doing me right now.
Absolutely.
But anyway, you were
yeah,
talking about a bear
story.
death.
Yes. A bear death. I tweeted it to you, and then you favorited it, and
Okay,
I've been
cool.
like, keen to call since. But yeah, I was in class. I'm doing like.
I just
I'm
got
doing, like,
so
architecture
hostile
right
at
now.
that recap. Like, yeah, I know. Okay, you tweeted it. I faved it. Can we get into the story?
Yeah. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was in class, and this dude was talking about his
You were
cousin
where?
who we had to like in class, like at uni.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Love uni.
And sure do. And I study architecture, so it's we had to design like a.
You study what?
Thing.
Can you get rid of your accent? No, I'm just kidding. You study what? Architecture?
I wish I could. Yeah,
Okay.
Architecture. Yeah, and we had to design a cemetery thing, and he was going off about his cousin, about how one time he was in Canada, and he was like tearing up while he was saying this as well. So like we were all kind of like sitting around like awkwardly, like holy shit, what the fuck do we do?
Right.
He's like almost crying.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, like my cousin like got attacked by a bear like in Canada, and he was going off about how like into nature he was like so much. Like I was like, dude, chill out a bit. Like I don't want like to comfort you while you're crying. I don't actually like you first off. Like I don't want to see you cry either. And then it turns
Cold
out
woman.
Exactly. And it turns out his cousin was attacked by a bear, but he survived, came back to Australia and died from like an infection he got from the bear attack. Like it was like a week or so after. So, yeah.
Wait, hold up.
That's the death.
That's your story?
Yeah.
Whoo!
What were you expecting?
Some fucking details.
He died.
Some colorful details and a wind up and then some sort of peak and then a wind down with some sort of like closing statement. Your shit just fell off a cliff. Like, so apparently, yeah, his brother was attacked and then, he died weeks later from complications. I'm like, cool. Way to get the inside scoop. You got pics, you got deets of any kind. Where was the fucking wound? Did it get his head? Did he scream out? Like, I just feel like I'm in a sea of emptiness. There's not one detail I can cling to go, this could happen to me. Okay. If I go to Canada, I might someday have a bear's tooth in my fucking forehead screaming out, God save me, or something. I have nothing to latch my fears onto. It's just a fucking nothingness.
Oh, damn. Okay, let me try.
See, now maybe if you had a little more empathy for this guy crying, you could have asked a couple more follow-up questions, and you'd be a fucking star witness right now.
I did. I wanted to. I wanted to so bad, but everyone was like, "Baby, don't do shit. Like,
write him an email.
Anything, because." No, class is finished.
Can't you Google? Here's the thing. This is what you should do. If you're going to call the show and you have a bear attack story, first of all, really have that story. But one thing you could do, you Google your classmate's name, you Google Canada, and you try to find any kind of coverage of that bear attack story. Print it out. Get your highlighter out. Highlight some keywords. Maybe a province or a location.
English course.
But people don't realize part of storytelling is research.
Yeah, and I
another part is empathy,
so
listening.
Prepared, like. Don't really have that.
I mean, you're just like, and you faved my. Wait, are you Australian or English? Before I try to not do that.
I'm Australian.
You faved my tweet. You faved it on a bear story, and then it's just like someone was attacked by a bear. It's like, cool, man. Fucking thanks for filling out this last 10 minutes with your fucking masterpiece theater.
Oh my god.
Like, how fucking dumb do you think I am? Like, everyone just thinks like you just call and say someone got killed by a bear, and I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, I need to be manipulated a little more. What?
I had this whole story planned out, and then like I call up, my heart's racing, and I'm like, "Fuck!" Like, let me just.
You fell to pieces. Just know that if you ever have to like hit the witness stand or something, you're gonna need more prep time. Just know that the
Maybe like
way
a
your
year or something.
psychology is structured, you're gonna fall apart.
I will
So
fall to
print
pieces,
notes. Are you allowed to print
Yeah.
notes on the stand? Probably not.
Probably not. I don't think so. Just write some notes on your hand, like sweat it. I'll probably sweat it off, to be honest. But also I've got a couple of like food tests.
As long as they're not stories. I think we've exhausted your skill set in that department.
sorry.
All right, food test, go.
definitely.
Listen, I'll tell you,
Food test.
Australian, there used to be a place in New York, I'm blanking on what it was called. They had Australian burgers with beets and eggs on it. Beets and a runny
yeah.
egg.
Is it like Outback Steakhouse or something?
No,
Is that
bitch.
what it is?
Come on. What do I look
I don't
like?
know American.
But anyway, it was really good. No, it was like a small little bar, and I'll tell you what. I'll tell you my list of things I want to eat as soon as this pregnancy is terminated. That's not how you actually say it. It's not how you describe childbirth. I want to eat caviar. I want to eat pate. I want to eat runny
Oh my god.
eggs, prosciutto,
Yeah.
rare
Yeah.
meat.
That's like all the finest things in life. Like,
Well, that's what's crazy that I've found. Speaking of Outback Steakhouse, it's like all these fancy restaurants, like that, I like normally. None of them can I eat anything pregnant. So it's like pregnant, I've gone back to the 50s. Like, I'm like, American food. I want just like very cooked, very safe food. And it's like the fancy restaurants, everything's like, it's a raw bird covered in raw egg white and then sprinkled with like
God.
fucking, I don't know. It's just always like everything is raw in fine dining,
so
which is sort of
fancy and-
weird because it's very elemental. I mean, this is what Bear Grylls is eating on his journey. He's brought it back together. You see, that's how you tell a story. You bring it back to the
sorry.
original.
God, I know.
I'm having so much trouble breathing today.
You
What if I passed out?
you'd think. Oh my god.
You must have.
I'm too far.
I was gonna say you Australians must have some sort of nature adventure, and then I was like, ooh, he died.
Yeah.
What was that
Wasn't
guy's
it like
name?
a month ago or like a couple of weeks? Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I love how you say that.
Yeah.
It's so natural. Steve Owen. Steve.
Steve Irwin. Yeah, Steve O.
Oh, Steve,
But,
we miss you,
okay.
buddy.
Let's wind it back.
Didn't he
Yeah,
die
me
from a
too.
stingray? That is the craziest
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
Oh my
know,
god, I
that's the way to go
I
out.
don't mean to laugh. That is horrible, but it is just crazy.
No.
Like after all that, a stingray took him out.
Yeah.
The Animal
That's
Planet
the way
was
to
like,
go
no, mate, no, mate.
Oh, wait. Okay, food test. I was actually going to ask.
Yes.
One of the things on there was
Vegemite.
liver pate.
Vegemite. Marmite.
Did you? No.
What pate?
Liver pate?
It depends on the pate, but I will say pate is one
Yeah.
of those things like, when I was young, I was very small-minded in what I like to eat for
Yeah.
the most part, right?
Yeah.
My dad would make some incredible clam pasta, and I would have buttered noodles.
Yeah.
Like, every kid is lame, or a lot of
Yeah.
them. But pate is one of those things that I tried. I think I tried it for the first time. One of my closest friends moved to Italy. She was living in Rome with her girlfriend, and me and her girlfriend, we drove up into Tuscany, and I tried pate at some Tuscan restaurant, and it was so fucking good. To me, it falls into that category of like when you're older and you've tried so many foods and you're bored, and then you try something new and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
But some of them taste a
have you
little
eaten,
more minerally than others, and some taste a little more tasty.
Yeah. Have you had like regular liver, or have you only had pate?
No, my mom eats stuff like that. But it's just a little much for me. I'm sure I could like it. My husband's very adventuresome with food. Like, there's stuff where I'm like, if I get in my head about it too much with like weird meats or fish, I can't.
Yeah.
enjoy it. But pate is good, and even oysters. I remember the first time I tried oysters, my dad and my brother were eating them, and they were just like slurping them down. They were just so happy, and I was like, it looks so gross, but they're looking so happy while they eat it.
Yeah.
And then I tried it. I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old.
Damn, that's young.
No, I'm kidding. Anyway, what's your food test?
Can I keep going?
I thought you had like 3.
Oh yeah, I asked like 2. Well, 1.5.
Pate and what?
What pate? I asked you if you had like proper liver before.
Oh, okay.
Or just pate. Yeah. What do you think about like meatballs?
Meatballs?
Yeah.
Or mateballs? Welcome to Trump's America, baby. I like meatballs very rarely, to be honest with you. I'm not a big meatball person, and Italian Americans get real amped up about meatballs, and I'm like, I want to relate to you, but I also don't say prosciutto, and I also don't say, they cut everything off. Like, anyway, but
is it because it's like dry? Because that's what I don't like about it.
It's dry, or it's like texture wise, it's just not like, I don't know. Meatballs are just not that exciting to me. It's like the shape, the texture, the flavor. But there's a couple places where I've had them where I'm like, oh, that is good. But I'd still rather eat other stuff than meatballs. It's just not that exciting.
Yeah, fair enough.
But people, they hold such a special place in people's hearts, like, oh, my mom's meatballs. Oh, my mom's meatballs. My God. Oh, my mom's coming. She's going to make meatballs and put them in the freezer. Oh, shit. I wish I had that level of passion for a meatball, but at least I'm going to die of suffocation for some reason today. I cannot breathe.
Is it 300 degrees in the center?
I feel like this baby is like pushing my lungs or something, or maybe I'm dying. We'll find out tonight. Anyway,
are you always dying?
Do you go to the Perth Zoo? Are you near that?
Wait, what? Perth Zoo? No, I'm down in Melbourne.
Well, I don't know the geography, but my brother was just in Melbourne. He said that the food was incredible.
Yeah, Melbourne's probably the best city.
Said it's like a real foodie capital.
Yeah, it's very San Francisco-y, apparently.
So you guys have rice-a-roni then?
Sorry?
Rice-a-roni?
What the hell? What?
And we'll leave on that note. Listen,
in English?
You've been a wonderful caller. Yeah. I certainly do appreciate you have a nice voice. It's got like a hollow melodic quality. Like where you want to be like,
so sweet. Thank you.
Is anyone home?
Jesus. Can I give a shout out?
Oh God, to who is it? What's your relationship to the person?
They are one of my best friends.
All right, fine.
Yes, thank you. Just like no sound effects, no nothing. Just
I didn't say I'm gonna set it up for the shout out of a lifetime. I want to hear what you say to your friend. Are you gonna like say something sentimental, or is it just gonna be more like a hip hop classic shout out?
What's a hip hop classic shout out? I don't know. I'm Australian, so I don't know a lot about.
Well, let's see what you do.
Classic hip hop,
coming from your own cultural standpoint.
Okay. I just want to give a ripper of a shout out to my best mate Lee. She's a top-notch lass, and that's it.
I was trying to hit my sound effects, but they're fucking not working. But it's kind of better that it's just dead silence. You know, I really try to work with Dustin's skill set here on the show. My engineer, he'll cut this, but I just want to say for the record that nothing ever works. Anyway, Australia forever. Melbourne.
Yeah. Are you coming? Are you ever going to come here?
Did you watch your girl Nicole Kidman and Big Little Lies?
No.
Oh. Didn't make its way over, huh?
No. Actually just not a fan. I like Kate Blanchett a lot more.
I love her too.
Just a person. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Kate Blanchett, Kate Winslet, Saoirse Ronan, if I'm saying it correctly.
I think so. I don't know either, so.
It's just me against the world, baby.
Guess what, guys? Sound effects are back. All right, I gotta go get horizontal and then take a nice little rest before my
No worries.
lymphatic drainage massage.
Enjoy.
Okay, tweet me any kind of interior design tips. If you are a company that like wants to give me a bunch of furniture, light fixtures.
I'll hit you up when I finish my course.
Okay, cool.
Design some stuff for you. Yeah.
Definitely keep in touch.
Yeah.
All right, bye,
It's like
girl.
we're old friends.
Yeah, we're close.
Bye.
Well, guys, what an entree back into the podcast business. There was only one call that was 2 minutes long that I feel like could have been cut. Should we leave it so you see the kind of calls I cut? Maybe. I pointed it out afterwards. Let me know in your tweets if you think it should have been cut or not. But then it's like, who are you? You're listening to a podcast. Like, do you know that I never listen to podcasts? Like, I don't have time. I've got to watch Tethered and Bear Grylls and Married at First Sight and Bachelorette. Hey, that Bachelorette fucking Corinne got that whole entire show canceled. I didn't even get to talk about that. What the fuck did she do in that pool? I'm so confused. No one pregnant called in. I was kind of hoping / dreading pregnant women's advice. Or like ex-pregnant women, I guess what you call moms. I'm an ex-pregnant. I'm trying to think of alternatives to the word mom. Anyway, guys, what a day it's been. I can't breathe. And I treasure you. I treasure your listenership. Okay? And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace be with you. See if we should leave you on any kind of sound effect now that they're working so good.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding-ding-ding. Uh-oh, looks like we're out of time. Goodbye.
Bong.
Bong!
Feral Audio.